Christmas. Yo. Yeah! Let's go. Get ready to get your mind blown. Welcome to the craziest gym experience Los Angeles has to offer. Word? Good money. All that. So, like I said, I just look, life's too short for boring gyms. Just remember that sign. Life's too short for boring gyms.
That's a bar right there. That's a bar.
What up?
Look at you. I ain't never seen you in a sleeveless shirt. What's good, J. Chris? Nice to meet you. What's good, baby? How are you? You doing good?
It's good. T?
I'm doing all right.
What's up, bro, Jay?
I'm doing all right.
What are you doing tonight?
Not a damn thing.
8 o'clock. Come to the crib.
All right,
We have
bet.
like a chef coming.
Crazy meats. Crazy steaks? Okay.
Pizza steak.
Yeah, nah, we gonna shut up. We might as well carpool to the joint.
Okay. Sounds
Boys,
good.
till next time, I'm on the 2.
Hey, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Act like you've been here before.
Say less. Look, this is what I'm saying about just the top 5. You got the jungle right here. Ted, grab this. Whoa. This is special. You know what we get into. You know what it is. Keep the transitions. Follow me right here. Look at this. They got some condoms in the gym.
Oh, my bro.
Yeah.
They already. Oh, dude, they be tripping here, yo. They be tripping. Yeah! Christmas tree! Yo, I got some. It's Christmas time. Santa's here. Oh my God. The one who made all this possible, he got me the content creation spot here at John Reed. None of this would be possible without my dog Austin right here, bro.
Coming from the heart, that means.
So today we at John Reed, downtown LA. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put my dog right here, Antonio, do a lift. Okay, as soon as we get done the lift, we're gonna step into his world, and I'm gonna talk to him about just business as a whole, investments, and just how to move from a business standpoint in Los Angeles of all places, all right? Let's get it. Perfect. Come on, okay, this cool? Good start. I feel nice and pumped. My lats feel good. Look at you right away and tell. What I'm saying? But eating is the toughest part. Motherfuckers go to the gym every day. But there's a reason why a small amount of people have that physique that they want. You know what I'm saying? And then even when you get there, it's hard to maintain that. It's a lifestyle, bro. And eating, everybody says, oh, I know it's my diet, but you really don't understand. Unless you really try to eat fucking 5 meals, 6 meals a day consistently, you don't understand my point. My point. Okay, you're gonna start pronated this way, hand on top. As you pull it back, you're gonna go into a neutral grip. So start one arm at a time, put this off hand up here. Yup, just hold here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's just like level.
Yup, and then, good. So at the top, I want you to stretch, give it back just like that. Now pull it neutral, thumbs up.
Like that?
Yep, give it back, fist, neutral, thumbs up. Just like that, good. Let's work through that. There, work our way up, you fill it out, so 15. At the top, remember, thumbs up when you pull it back, it gets a little easier. Just like that. Keep rocking. You know what I'm saying? Get comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Nice.
Good job. One more. Good. 3, 2. Last one, bro. Hold it.
Hey, keep that shit going, man. Like I said, accountability. I probably would have took a weight off and make it a little easier. But because of accountability, I kept that weight on and kept it moving. You know what I mean?
It is, man. If you don't, Grown Man Land weightlifting company. Got weightlifting equipment and apparel. This is a 13 millimeter lever power belt. So these are available on the website. Make sure you go cop that ASAP.
I got whipping that left.
Good. Perfect. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like right here.
So how you feel after the midpoint of your workout?
Shit, I mean, honestly, like I feel like I'm still ready to go. You know, my left leg, I found out I had a big aha moment. My left is tremendously weaker than my right, you know? But we're gonna work on that. I got my man Ty, he get me right, keep me pushing, accountability, you feel me?
This is gonna be open. Merry Christmas. Yo. Good work.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that.
Oh, DeMarco Morgan. Yo. CBS LA? This is the most famous dude in LA.
Why are you trying to get me to cuss on camera?
What's up, man?
Yo.
How you doing? What's up, man? DeMarco.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Yo,
DeMarco,
the
pleasure
fact
to
that
meet
this
you.
just happened, this is the
This is
legend.
celebrity right there.
This is him.
Does he talk smack like this all the time?
DeMarco,
Love you too, man.
that's Mando. That's my dog. What are we doing? Shit's over here. Yo, that's the news anchor for CBS LA.
A word? Okay. DeMarco.
Flipping the script a little bit, guys. We got my dog, Antonio Edwards, in here. I'm so blessed. I'm thankful to have him in here, man. Spending time with us and just dropping gems, man. I'm absolutely honored
Yes,
to have
sir.
you in here.
My guy.
bro. The pleasure is mine. Let me ask you this. Somebody, a young entrepreneur that will see this. A lot of people don't know I have 2 business degrees myself, business administration and marketing. So somebody like that who is now transitioning from their college realm to now an entrepreneurship realm, where would you tell them to start if they're dabbling in the real estate industry or something like that? Where would you say, okay, here's a good starting point, you got some cash flow, boom. Where should they start?
Let me ask you this. Does that person have money or they like broke trying to come up?
Nah, they're not trying to come up. They got some money.
They got a little
Yeah,
money
they got some money saved.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's two different avatars.
Yeah.
So what I would say is first.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me answer your question with a question.
Yeah.
What is broke? What do you feel like you can?
Broke is you're scrambling to get your bills paid.
Oh, no.
You be barely scraping.
Yeah.
You're scraping.
And that's the reality for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Especially young entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, my goodness.
any
Yeah.
age, actually.
Because nothing is guaranteed.
Nothing is
You know,
guaranteed.
that's the one thing about entrepreneurship. Nothing is guaranteed.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like they're not broke. You know what I'm saying? It's time for them to flip the switch.
Yeah.
It's time for them to flip the switch. Okay, I got a cash flow. You know what I'm saying? I figured out how to make some cash.
Yeah.
The real estate industry, everybody says, okay, there's one thing in life you should do. It's invest in real estate. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing you can't get more of. It's land. So,
That's a fact.
you know what I'm saying? So, what would the starting point be for somebody who's ready to take that next step?
Great question. So I would say get a mentor, a vetted, keyword, vetted mentor in that space.
Yeah.
That's been there, done that, been around the block, fucked up many times,
Facts.
and they can show you the ropes. Now, you're gonna still get in the real estate. You make small mistakes, but the mistakes are not gonna be as huge.
Just learn from their mistakes.
Yeah, learn from their mistakes. And once you do that, you get into it. I started off wholesaling. I started off with a mentor. He was in the music business. That's how we instantly connected. He did the 50 Cent Wankster track.
Okay.
The Wankster
Okay.
record.
Yeah,
So
facts,
he took
facts.
his publishing deal and $240,000, I think it was.
Okay.
Went into real estate, started fixing and flipping, blah blah blah. Then he taught me the wholesaling game, which is a easy entry to barrier level of investing, where you basically get a property under contract. Let's say you're the seller, you got a $500,000 property under contract. Let's say Long Beach, right? You think I'm buying a house? I really lock up the property under contract for $500,000, and I'll call T, right? Say, hey, I got this property for $600K. He the real buyer.
Yeah.
I'm basically middleman in that deal. So he brings $600K to the table.
Facts.
I get the 100 racks. You get your $500K.
Uh,
That's called wholesaling. That's how I started in 2009. I was dead broke though.
Word.
I needed that quick flip money, but somebody who's
Word.
coming in with some cash flow, you can do a couple of things.
Okay.
You can partner on somebody that's vetted on a fix and flip. You can buy some buy and hold properties, which I do slow flips. That's my buy and hold strategy.
Yep.
It's slow flips. So we can get into that a little bit.
Absolutely.
Which is basically you just getting cash flow, because your active income is trading, right?
Yes.
You training, you got your online coaching, you got your products that you're selling,
Yes.
your supplements, right? That's active income. So now it's like, where can I put my income where it can generate me some monthly cash flow without much of my time or any of my time at all?
Facts.
So real estate,
Passive income.
yeah. I just call it cash flow currency, bro.
Word.
Keep that bitch coming in and cash flow every month without you working. You can buy assets, real estate assets, without being a landlord. So a lot of people think when you buying and holding real estate, most people think landlord, like I gotta rent it out, tenants. And to like a young entrepreneur, that's like cringing to like most. I notice young entrepreneurs, they're like, damn, I don't want to be no landlord.
Yeah. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different era. Different era.
Leaky toilets.
The leak.
Leaky toilets.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a pain point for you, right?
Yeah.
So you can two ways. Well, there's many ways. You can buy a property, own the property, never get any leaky toilet call, right? Have an occupant in the property, living in the property. They're paying you every month as if you're a landlord, but you're not a landlord. You're the bank, because you're gonna owner finance them the property, where they're basically the homeowner, but you still have a deed to the property.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let me ask you this. You're involved, you're bi-coastal, correct?
Correct.
What's the difference between your East Coast please and your West Coast please?
One main answer to that: price point.
Price point.
Price.
Of course. I'm from the East
Price
Coast.
point, by far. I can East Coast. I can buy $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 properties.
And be good.
Here in LA, your taxes on properties is $50,000 a year.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that one more time.
On the East Coast, I can buy a whole single family property on the land, not just the land, a whole livable property for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Here in Los Angeles, your property tax is probably $50,000 a year.
Charge it to the.
I mean, you go goddamn Compton.
Is it worth it?
Compton, you can buy your Compton house is selling like for $650 to $750.
Is it worth getting into the real estate industry in LA? Because like you just said.
It's no, yeah. For me,
a lot of people are leaving.
They're leaving, or a lot of people are investing in outside in virtual markets.
Yes.
Because of the price points here, don't make sense. Now, like I be seeing investors, I'm like, wow, they bought that $1 million property, which is a very middle class price point here in LA.
Yeah.
$1 million property, and they're getting $5,000 a month, and I'm like, damn, like
you could take that to the East Coast and do damage.
I can buy $30,000 properties I can get where I'm getting $850 to $1,000 a month on each property. It don't make sense to me as far as the return. But fix and flips here, I would do all day. Fix and flips, you get in, you got the right contractors, which is key. The right team, because you got bigger profits.
What? How many properties do you currently have your hands on the East Coast?
About 41, 42, and that's including Airbnb I have out there right now.
Do you have a property manager or managers?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes. However, the way I structure my properties, my buy and hold properties, is very little maintenance because we're not getting leaky toilet calls.
Yeah.
We're not getting any we're not getting any leaky toilet calls.
Because of the slow flip.
Because of the slow flip.
Okay, so look.
Yeah.
What is a slow flip?
A slow flip is buying a property to keep for cash flow, where you get money up front, tax-free in your pocket, plus you're generating monthly cash flow off that one property for a minimum of 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I tell people, my one slow flip, the way I buy my slow flips and the price points I buy them at, one slow flip is going to generate me $315,000.
And you explain to me how you act as if almost you're the bank.
Basically.
Right.
Yeah, so instead of, a lot of people want to own a home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people in this world got fucked up credit.
Yeah.
Or some people got great credit, good credit,
Okay.
but they don't do their tax returns. That part. The bank need both. You need tax returns and you need good credit to get bank financing, which is traditional
finance. A lot of people running into that problem.
Yeah.
That me, myself, working for myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Like, yo, like you gotta show, okay, you making it, show us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, very real. Very real.
So with me, like even a home I'll live in, right?
Yeah.
I would never go to a bank to get a traditional home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out, because what I know, and I've been in the real estate investment sector, I'm gonna buy that home creatively because I don't want my credit on the hook.
Yeah.
That's I just don't want my credit on the hook with that type of shit.
Yeah.
It's like signing a 30-year financing. Like to me, that's like a life sentence.
Yeah, that's a lot.
However, when I buy the property and just said I slow flip to you couldn't go to the bank, just maybe say you can do your tax returns in 2 years, and like, man, I just can't get a home. But you see that I'm an owner, finance it out. You're like, wow, I can really own a home without a bank. I can own a home without a bank, right? Because you saw my message, which maybe say on Facebook Marketplace, right? I'm going to own and finance it out to you for 30 years. So I'm gonna give people I gotta feel people's confused. So I buy a property for $50K, right? I know I can get $1,000 a month easy for that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna put it out, my team's gonna put it out for $119,900, right? $1,000 a month, $5,000 down with interest. So you come and see that message that's on Facebook Marketplace, you're like, oh shit, like no banks needed, no credit checks. That's hitting all pain points, right? In a good way. So you come in, you give me the $5,000 down. Mm-hmm. Now I got $5,000 in my pocket, just quick, boom, that's tax free, right? Yeah. And I'm going to finance you $119,900 with interest, and you paying me $1,000 a month for 30 years, which you're responsible for every repair of that property. Yeah. Because you're the homeowner of that property.
And there's nothing binding them to that property, right? They could come and go, whatever. You just fill that in with another tenant, because at the end of the day, you're the owner of the property.
Technically, yes, because the deed is still in my name. Okay. Now I can't go and sell it to somebody else because I really sold it to you on paper.
Word. So explain.
I'm just controlling that deed because I want to be in the driver's seat. Okay. I want to be. So here's why I control the deed. I keep the deed in my name. It's called a land contract, by the way. Okay. That's the structure of the paper. It's called a land contract. Okay. It's not. A landlord will have you sign a lease. Yes. Just different paperwork. Yes. That different paperwork changes the whole game. Word. The whole game is all. Mentor Ronald Grant told me it's only black ink on white paper.
That's it.
Once I understood that years ago, I was like, damn, it's just black ink on white paper. It keeps it simple.
Yeah.
Like people think contracts and paperwork is just black ink on white paper. Just keep the shit simple. And that lease change the land contract changes the whole dynamic of the deal, bro.
I never heard of it.
Yes,
I never heard of it in my life.
Some people call it an agreement for deed. So agreement for deed. I have the deed in my name, but the reason why I keep it in my name because I want to control that property. So if you decide to default, I don't have to foreclose on you, especially the market that I'm buying them at. I can still evict you like a tenant,
Facts.
which takes 2-3 months.
You in the Airbnb game?
Yeah, I love Airbnb.
Both coasts?
What I don't like about it is I'm a landlord though. Still a landlord. But what I like about it is I'm getting 5 to 6, 7 times more than what I would get on regular rents, which is to me that's worth.
So you feel locked in a little bit with the Airbnbs?
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I'll tell you a story. Like, I mean, I like to give raw stories, bro. Like, like people hear the Airbnb, and I know it's been hyped since the pandemic. Airbnbs is fucking amazing, but you're gonna you just can't get out of it. It's a numbers game. You're gonna get people come in and out, so something's gonna happen. I had a couple weeks ago, I had somebody, my neighbor called me. They were fucking rumbling that bitch. They were fighting, throwing bottles. I had went through my main window, the front main window of the crib. Somebody had went through the window, bro. My company name is on that property.
Right.
So I get a call, police go out, bro. It was bad. But I'm the one that had to fix the window. I had the one they kicked the drywall in. It was a whole bunch of Henny bottles everywhere.
Rumble.
Smoked out everything.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Airbnb shit.
Yeah, Airbnb shit.
That's it.
Airbnb shit.
Word.
Now I submitted that claim through Airbnb to get my money back. Now people watch like, okay, but still, it was still an issue. I had to cancel. I had like a day after they checked out, I had a nice 7-day booking that I had to cancel because the window guy couldn't come out on time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like little stuff like that. Like, but I wouldn't trade Airbnb, for a regular room any day. Like,
You said you would or would not
I would not.
trade an Airbnb for a regular
No, hell no. No, rental.
rental.
A regular traditional rental, being a landlord, dealing with tenants.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Word.
Only way I would do that is if I had a 250, 300 unit apartment building.
Facts.
But like these single family houses, I would not rent out to. It's just not.
Yeah.
It's
not your game.
It's not my game, but it's lower returns. There's a lot more headaches, and it's higher maintenance. Higher maintenance.
So somebody like me in my situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my own brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
My entire living room is equipment, supplements. It's time to expand. I got a lot of traction behind my brand. I'm very blessed, you know what I'm saying? So my next thing would be a warehouse or a gym and a warehouse in one, you know what I'm saying? I can have the gym in front, the warehouse behind. I can run both of my business out of the same complex, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
even like advice for me, anybody watching, so like, where would I start? Because technically that would be commercial, correct?
Yeah.
Technically that would be
Absolutely.
commercial.
Yeah,
So how would I even go about that? You feel what I'm saying? Or how would somebody watching be like, okay, I got some cash, boom, where should I go? Because you said it's not always the smartest to go to the banking loan like traditionally. So like,
Sure.
what could be like another play on that?
Mm.
You know, like.
Yeah, so here's a fun fact about real estate. It's easier to be creative in the commercial realm than the residential. Residential was fourplex and under.
Yes.
Anything a 4 unit and under is considered residential.
Okay.
5 unit and above, including like a warehouse or a strip mall, that's commercial side.
Okay. Makes sense.
You know what I'm
Did
saying?
I go by square footage?
Huh?
Did I go by square footage?
No.
Like the difference of a warehouse? Like obviously I don't have different units, but like how do they kind of like play that out? Like, okay, this is a warehouse, this is a...
Well, I guess tax records.
Word.
They're gonna consider that a commercial type, whatever, R12, whatever it is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Yeah. So with that being said, like commercial is easier to be creative. When I say creative, because you feel you're dealing with on paper you're really dealing with somebody a little more savvy
Word.
in the commercial realm.
Word.
Single family, you could just deal with somebody who own their own. They don't do real estate. They just selling their house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Commercial, they're really an investor. They own a building, so you can go and ask them, like, "Hey, would you hold this note for me?" They just say they're asking $1 million for it, right?
Yeah.
hey, I don't have no $1 million cash, but how would you hold this note? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hold this note on this property. They may ask for like, let's say 10 grand down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 10% down. 10% down is off of $1 million is 100 grand.
Yes.
100 grand. Who said it had to be 100 grand?
Yeah. Facts.
So I can go to I'm just giving you an example. So I can go to the bank. I can get a bank statement loan.
That's a lot.
But who said that money in my bank is my money? I can go borrow private money, which I just run and play with one of my NFL guys. He came to me, he was like, bro, look at my account. I got mutual. This is my mutual fund. This shit ain't doing shit.
Word.
He was like, how about let's run this quick play. This is what I'm gonna do. Wire the money to my account, and I'm going to. I got one account number one, but it's really going to my Age Corporation account, where we're gonna look like this is money coming in. So so just say like 100 grand right there, right? I'm gonna send 10 grand right there, boom. Now another like 10 grand of money to come into the account.
Wow.
Another.
How did that get tricky with taxes? Like, how do they look at it? Like when they gift you money or something like that. Like, do that ever get tricky with taxes, or no?
That's a great question. I'm not a tax consultant, not a CPA.
Word.
It could get tricky with taxes, but it's how you gotta have a good CPA.
Yeah, I think that's all.
And I'm not even getting with taxes, but that's one thing about real estate is that's the best tax shielded vehicle ever known to man. How much taxes did Trump pay? That everybody's bitching about.
Facts.
It's just people just lack of knowledge, bro.
Facts. And that's all it is, educating yourself.
Yeah.
So
you can't tax me off borrowed money.
Facts.
I'm gonna just say that alone. Like you can't tax anybody off borrowed money. So if I go pull out, if I did a portfolio loan of 5 properties and I refied and I got $1 million out, you can't tax me off $1 million. But if that same $1 million I pulled out going into my bank, and I keep going into my other bank number 2, they don't know that that's borrowed money. But I can go get a bank statement loan off that money that they're gonna look like, okay, how much money you made the last 3 months or 6 months? Oh wow, you made an average of $100,000 a month for 6 months.
It's so many.
They don't know where their money came from.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And even the way you just broke it down like that, like it's just so complex. It's so many levels. Somebody that is not in that realm.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be complex, so let me know if I'm getting a little too on the deep level.
This is you.
I can get super deep.
Imagine somebody that is exactly
Yeah.
that's just you feel what I'm saying? This is very just even like the terminology for somebody that has no properties or somebody who's just like, yo, hold up.
You don't need property. This is not even has nothing to do with real estate.
Yeah.
This is just arbitraging to what the banks do. I mean, when you go deposit $1,000 in the bank, they gonna go arbitrage your money and they can give you 0.007% and go lend it to bro for 5%. It's just 5x. They're using your money to lend out money.
If you could tell somebody one piece of advice.
Yeah.
So yo, like, okay, look, Antonio, look, I know I can kill the real estate industry. I know I can follow in your footsteps. You feel what I'm saying? What would your one piece of advice be? What's your one piece of advice?
I would say get a mentor that's vetted.
I'm so glad you said that.
I can't stress that enough, bro.
I think that's the motto of my 2021.
Yeah, like
it was find mentors.
Well, we come from naturally as blacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
African Americans, like we're scared to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
We try to go. Not all of us, but if you took a conglomerate, most of us we come from where we're scared to ask.
Chaz, I just said that earlier.
So for help, bro.
I literally just said that earlier.
So one thing, me being around the real estate is honestly is a white collar business, and I peep shit. You know what I'm saying? I see how they move, and the motherfuckers like, oh, I'm gonna go ask my cousin Tom for $250,000. But they're not asking their cousin Tom or whoever to borrow $250,000. Hey Tom, I got an opportunity for you where you can make a great return on your money. Where I come from is like I ain't asking my shit for $2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't even make sense.
It don't make sense. Like I ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you know he or she has it, or my grandma was my first lender.
Yeah.
I was scared as shit, bro. My mentor that I was talking about, he did the waster joint. I told him he was like, you know anybody that has some funding? If you do, you can partner with me on this fix and flip. Like all of that was just like too much in my brain at the time. I was with my grandma, I had some retirement money. And he was like, that's your lender. And I was like, man, I'm not gonna ask my grandma, I'm just borrowing money. He's like, Tony, you have to get that out your head. Like entrepreneurs, like the wealthy people don't move like that. They approach the other individual as they need them. Because you gotta figure their money's sitting in the bank getting less than 1%. There's a lot of people, rich ass motherfuckers that got millions and millions of dollars in the bank is looking for a place to park their money. And you can be that place that they use the money with.
You just said it.
Yep.
You just said it.
They're looking, bro. And I'm telling you that from like pure experience. Athletes, entertainers, retired old people, like they're looking for places to
like
park
you
their
just
money.
said, instead of having that money just sitting there, somebody in that position can take it, make the money work for them, and make more money in return for this.
Exactly.
Instead of having any money sit there, move their money here, and instead of having that money sit there, it's over here, and now it's making more than was over here at the
Right.
start. That's the small perspective. I'm thank you, bro.
Yeah, my guy, bro. Much love, man.
Rock solid, bro. Real one for sure, man. Antonio Edwards, y'all, legend. I appreciate you for coming on,
Appreciate
man,
you, bro.
and just chopping it up, giving people a perspective.
I got a question for you though.
Yeah.
For I guess a young OG like me,
Yeah.
because I like to be around young energy to stay on the cutting edge. So what's some advice you can give to me, the entrepreneur, to an entrepreneur like myself?
Yeah. Stay relevant.
Stay relevant. Ooh,
Stay relevant.
that's good. That's good.
In a society that is so, you're bombarded with so much information and marketing, find your way to stay relevant. I can be the best trainer in the world. If the world don't know that I'm the best trainer, I'm gonna sit there and be the best trainer with nobody knowing about me. You feel what I'm saying? So stay relevant. That's why even with personal training, I do boot camps on the beach. I have challenges of the month. I have supplement brands. I'm always pushing myself, staying on top of my shit, so that it's like, yo, you see Ty just hit a PR, yo, did it? I'm relevant. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with my product. Same thing with who I surround myself with outside of my business. It's like, yo, stay relevant. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not you doing the most, it's you doing what you gotta do, but with a genuine mentality. You feel what I'm saying? Just stay relevant. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businessman. So that would be my one piece of advice is, yo, stay relevant. Find different avenues to keep your name in people's mouths.
That's good. My brother. That's
For sure.
sir.
For sure.